On the stormy night of April 26, 1777, 16-year-old Sybil Ludington rode into history. The American Revolution was in full swing, and her father, Colonel Henry Ludington, commanded a regiment of militia in New York's Hudson Valley. That evening, word arrived that the British were marching on Danbury, Connecticut, a crucial supply depot for the Continental Army. Unless the scattered militia could be summoned quickly, the supplies, ammunition, food, and clothing would be lost. Colonel Ludington faced a dilemma. His men lived miles apart, spread across the countryside. The messenger who brought the warning was exhausted from his ride and could go no farther. Without someone to carry the alarm, the regiment would never assemble in time. It was then that young Sybil stepped forward. Though just a teenager, she knew the roads, the farms, and the families. She volunteered to ride. Mounting her horse, Sybil set out alone into the cold, wet night. She rode nearly 40 miles, twice the distance of Paul Revere's more famous journey along rough country lanes in the dark. She pounded on doors, shouting warnings about the British advancing. She knew the militia must gather at her father's home by dawn. Rain fell steadily, the roads were muddy, and danger lurked. She risked capture by enemy patrols and harassment by outlaws who prowled the unsettled region. Yet she pressed on, driven by determination and the urgency of the cause. By the time she returned home, soaked and exhausted, dozens of men were already arriving with muskets in hand. Thanks to her ride, the militia mustered in force. Though the British succeeded in burning Danbury, Patriot fighters, including Ludington's regiment, engaged them at Ridgefield and Campo Hill, inflicting casualties and slowing their advance. The attack might have been far worse without the warning Sybil carried through the night. News of her bravery spread quietly at first, for unlike Paul Revere, no poem immortalized her, but her deed did not go unnoticed. General George Washington himself later commended her for her courage and service. Over time, Sybil Ludington became a symbol of the many women and young people whose sacrifices fueled the Revolution, even if their names were seldom recorded in history books. Today, her legacy endures, with statues in New York and Connecticut honor her midnight ride. Her story is a reminder that the struggle for independence was not won by famous men alone, but also by determined women who risked everything for the chance at freedom. On that April night, Sybil Ludington rode not for glory, but for necessity. Her 40-mile journey through a storm in the middle of the night remains one of the most remarkable acts of youthful courage in America's fight for liberty.